I mean, some might argue that some of the major social movements that we've seen in our lifetime have been precipitated or made possible by technology. You know, the response to the Mike Brown shooting, the response to Trayvon Martin, the Arab Spring was largely organized on Facebook and Twitter, and you know, dictatorships were overthrown as a result. What role do you guys feel technology plays in social movements, and how do you feel that technology will help or hinder social movements as we go forward?
I just think everybody is like at the same level when they're on social media, no matter what type of education they've gotten. I don't think, even if someone is uneducated, through those groups on the internet, we're able to have each other's back. Because if we are going to be a team, and if we are going to go out and go for like this one cause, none of us can be, you know, in the dark. So social media really helps on educating each other collectively. Oh, from what I've experienced, because I can feel pretty dumb in some groups. I can feel like I'm like either the youngest one or the dumbest one or the person who hasn't spent the most money on education, you know, things like that. And with social media, like it just brings us all at this ground level that I have not, well, at least for me, I haven't felt anywhere else, or at least not in the classroom.
I would disagree with that analysis. I think that, like, for me as an organizer, right, my bread and butter is an in-person, face-to-face, one-on-one meeting with a person. In a world in which, like, there are people who to this day are like, well, people of color who are like, what's your response to the violence in Chicago's neighborhoods, right? I don't see you out protesting to that. Like, social media is not an equalizer, right? Because if you're mentioning that to me, like, you have no context as to like what people have been doing in this city and this community as it relates to reducing violence, right? And so I don't see it as an equalizer. I see it as something that divides people even further, because incredibly complex issues get distributed in like 140 characters, right? Or 30-second sound bites, right? These are things that require much more than a simple tweet or a Facebook post or a 500-word essay, right? This is something that I think you said it best earlier, right? That ethically, have we caught up to the technology? And I just don't think that we have, right? As a society, by and large.
Christiana, I'd love to hear what you have to say, because you're all...
Yeah. Well, you know, the organization that I'm a part of right now, Let Us Breathe Collective, would not exist were it not for social media. So we came into existence by launching a GoFundMe to raise money to bring supplies down to Ferguson. And because we had a Twitter celebrity retweeting our GoFundMe link, we ended up making 10 times as much money as we initially set out to, which gave us the starting capital to do work far beyond the scope that we initially conceived. So in that respect, I think it really depends on whose hands it's in. And I think in general, our empathy has not evolved as quickly as our tools. So as long as that is the case, all of what is wrong internally, like on an individual level and on an organizational level, on a social level, will just be amplified and deepened by social media. But for me and my peers, who are, you know, generally good people, I see a lot of folks using those tools to create huge positive impacts. But there are obviously forces that, you know, are doing the exact opposite as well. I think in my organizing, I've had to get really realistic about access and how my peer group may be very reliant on technology, and if there's not a Facebook event for it, then it didn't really happen and it doesn't exist. But not everyone has access to the internet every day. And a lot of the times, the people who are most impacted by the social justice issues that we are struggling for don't have access. And so if I want to come to the North Lawndale community and distribute resources, giving kids a QR code is not necessarily the way that they are going to access those resources. And so while like it is helpful for me in organizing in a specific world, it is not necessarily across all strata an equally helpful tool. You know, picking up the phone, door knocking, you know, for a lot of folks is still going to be the most effective way of reaching them.